Hey guys, welcome to the Elite Game Podcast. And today we're going to talk about maybe something that you have in your life right now that is holding you back, that's holding you down, like chains around you that's stopping you from moving forward. Okay, and I'm talking about this very annoying problems that we have around us that we haven't solved in a while. Check this out. And we all have these things around, okay? There's problems that you had left to resolve days, weeks, months, maybe years. They're just around you. And you haven't taken the time. You haven't taken the space. You haven't scheduled them. You haven't taken the energy enough to solve them. And some of the shit you probably can solve in an hour. Example, I've had this text. It's not a problem. It's more like an inconvenience. It's a situation that I have that I haven't resolved in years. And this is unbelievable because sometimes you think you're super smart, that you're doing shit the right way, and then you catch yourself like in a situation with problems that have been lingering for years. And it's not necessarily like a pain in the ass in terms of monies or legals or anything like that. It's more like the time that I have to take in order to start the process and get it going. Anyhow, this tax situation, it's been going on for years. And ask me how many times have I thought about this problem? Dozens, maybe hundreds of times throughout the years. Like I think about this shit at least like once a week. Like, gosh, shit, I need to get that done. Like in this is just one example, right? And then I have shit that's been going on for months, maybe weeks, maybe stuff from yesterday that I didn't get to do, tasks that I didn't get to complete for whatever reason, and then it carried over today. And how many of these do you have going on right now? Just stop and think about it. Because these problems, these situations that we haven't resolved, that have been lingering around forever, in my case, this problem for like years now, like this stuff is like chains, man, around you. It's like this weight that's stopping you from moving forward. Like you keep wanting to move forward, right? Or to level up. And it's like you're trying so hard, but it seems like something's stopping you from doing it. And it's these fucking things. It's these problems and like stupid situations that you have in your life, that I have in my life, that all it takes is time set aside to resolve them. And they're done. But we keep ignoring these things. We keep ignoring these situations, inconveniences, these problems. And at the same time, we go over here and sometimes don't finish the task we're supposed to. And then that shit also carries over the next day. And then all of a sudden you wake up feeling like, fuck, why am I overwhelmed? Why am I overwhelmed? And the answer is you haven't finished all these projects or tasks or taken care of the situations that you should have by now. Imagine the bandwidth that you will release when you start taking care of these things. Like I'm thinking about myself here. Taking care of this tax problem that I have that has been lingering for years is going to just take this weight off my shoulders. And is going to allow me to focus more on current projects and future strategies. And this stuff is mind-blowing. You know why? Because we tend to simplify shit, and that's the best way to go about it. I just simplify things so we can execute them, so we can finish them, so we can move forward. Right? And then we can do it all over again. Like you strategize, you plan, you schedule, you do, and then you move forward. Then it gets done, and then do it all over again. But what happens if you don't go through all that time strategizing, planning, scheduling, and then you do like 3/4 of the way and it doesn't get done, and then you move to the next task just to realize that, I don't know, days later, weeks later, months later, nothing really gets done, or you feel like this weight around you and you're not seeing the results that you should. It's because of these tasks, bro. It's because of these tasks that don't get done. And we're like busy, right? We keep busy on new tasks, and we keep come up with new tasks, and then we come up with new tasks to do, and then we start executing this one here, and then we go over here and start executing this one, but we don't finish, and then we go here, start executing a third one, fourth, fifth, seventh, and then we feel so busy, and then we look back and we're like, fuck, like, why am I not producing the things that I know I should be producing? Why does it feel overwhelmed, or why do I feel overwhelmed all the time? And why don't I see the results that I should, that I ought to see? Why? Because you keep not finishing your fucking tasks. Because you keep not executing 100% of the things that you have to. You keep doing them 90%, but they're not finished. But then you go over there and you start a new one. And then another one. And then in no time, you have all this work that you've done, but they're not generating results because you didn't finish them. Do you understand what I mean? You have to finish your tasks. And the stuff that's been going on forever, that's just weighing you down, shit needs to be completed, man. Like, I took the time this week, and probably next week too, to not do anything new at all. I'm not going to strategize anything going forward. I'm not going to plan. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to take care of stuff that I haven't been able to take care of. Maybe not being able, but maybe because I didn't really focus as much as I should, right? And I have this thing, and maybe you're the same way, where you want to accomplish things, you want to execute on things, but you always get distracted about the next task or the next project, and then you go to the next project or the next task without executing the one that you're working on now. Like executing 100%, like being completely done, check mark, completely done. And that just, it hurts you, man. It hurts you immensely. Now, this is all across the board, right? Not just business. Maybe this is something about your marriage. Maybe something that you have planned on doing or needs to be. Maybe it's a conversation. Maybe a conversation about something that happened and you haven't taken the time to have the conversation, or you started the conversation and halfway something happened, the kid walked in the room or somebody rang the doorbell or whatever, that you guys didn't finish the conversation, and then days went by, weeks went by, and you never got back to it and finish, and now it's lingering around. It's like this thing you need to get resolved, but then none of you or your wife, actually take the time and the initiative to actually finish it. Like, these things, man, they destroy relationships. Like, if you apply that to your business, if you have tasks that haven't been done, if you have problems that haven't been resolved, it's going to affect your business in a very negative way. Dude, maybe situations with your body, right? Maybe you have, I don't know, something in your shoulder, like a problem that you need to get resolved, and you never have because you never have time. So all of a sudden you spend days and days and weeks and months and years with this problem on your shoulder that is affecting you daily, causing you pain and stress and aggravation that then carries over to your other parts of your life, and you don't get it resolved. Why? Because you don't have time. But then you don't realize the ramifications that this has in your life, and in your kids' lives, in your wife's life, in your clients' lives. Because if I have a pain on my foot, or if I am conscious, or if I'm embarrassed about, let's say, my teeth, and then I don't solve it like every day, that's going to affect my life negatively because I'm going to be more shy when I talk to people. Maybe I'll schedule a meeting over the phone instead of face-to-face. Maybe I don't make the video because I'm conscious about my teeth. Dude, this is huge, man. Or the way you look. There's always something in your body that you are not perfect, right? We're not machines. So something is going to need attention. So the maintenance of your body, the maintenance of your marriage, the maintenance of your business, which is taking care of little fucking annoying problems and situations that we don't want to because we think it's not important, because it's not a shiny little tasks, right? It's something mundane or boring that we need to fix and we need to take care of. And when we don't, then it carries over for the other parts of your life. And this is a serious thing, man. Make an inventory of your life. Make a list. Just take an inventory. Like I've done that with my business. And it's amazing the amount of shit that gets piled over, like throughout the years that never got resolved. And before you tell me the story that some tasks you should be focusing on, yeah, I get it, okay? But at some point, you need to take care of your trash. At some point, you need to take care of the things that are not shiny, or they don't produce results, or they're not part of the, 20%. Like shit needs to get resolved. Like it's a boring topic. It's not like a sexy topic, right? But it's one of the things that as an elite man that wants to have an elite life and keeps having an elite life, like it needs to be addressed. Period. That's it. It needs to be addressed. So these chains around you, there's no way you're going to keep moving forward unless you get rid of them. And you go one by one. Like this problem with my taxes. I already started today. Went downtown. Okay, it took me, from my house, it took me half an hour to get there. And then another half an hour there to get information. Then to drive all the way here to work, like 45 minutes. So I spent like 3 hours just starting the process to take care of this tax situation, right? I didn't want to do it, but you know what? It's one of the things that I know I have to. Why? Because it's the chain around me that I know that I need to get rid of so I can move forward. It's not going to be sexy topics all the time, man, right? It's not going to. But hey, important tip, super important. Get an inventory done. Get these situations, get these problems resolved so you can have a better life, right? You can have everything you want, but we need to do the daily work, and sometimes it's like the boring shit, right? Remember, be elite. I'll see you next time.